Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. We are just about a day and less than a half a day away from New Year's. In fact, if we were to look right now, how many hours till New Year's? Um, and it's actually about 2 days, 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 43 seconds till January 1st. But of course, there's festivities before that, right? Well, welcome everyone to Inspirations for Your Life. It's great to be with you guys. If you want to go grab something from your fridge, go ahead and do that. Definitely great to have everyone with us. Uh, Welcome everyone to Inspirations for Your Life. This is a great opportunity to go get yourself something delicious from the kitchen and hurry on back. All right. Well, welcome everyone to Inspirations for Your Life. I'm your host, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I'm not only a podcast host, but a podcast coach as well, and a serial entrepreneur. And I empower you to embrace challenges, uncover your potential, and create meaningful change in your life. We're going to be talking about something very interesting tonight to tie into our master topic, which is from reflection to mastery, building momentum. All right. And tonight's granular topic, which I'm sure you guys are very interested in, it is a really, 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 really good topic. And that topic is this, ladies and gentlemen, and that is from reflection to action, breaking through the motivation dip for a bold 2025, Series 4, Show 1, Episode number 3. All right, guys. Welcome, 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 and welcome to everyone. It's so great to have you here with me. So let's just go ahead and kick this off. All right, everyone. Sound good? All right. So when we think about the new year, it has some people worried, right? So we're going to explore how to transform reflection into a powerful roadmap, turning those small wins into sustainable sets of momentum that can build the resilience needed to conquer 2025. It's time to move from setting resolutions to making promises that matter because your best year will start only with you. And of course, it starts with that powerful mindset. So, the first thing we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we have to identify the motivation dip. We all experience a decline in motivation at some point in our life. It's that moment, which I'm sure you've heard of before, where the initial excitement of a promise or goal fades, leaving doubt and the inertia in its place. But what causes this dip? Is it fear, failure, lack of clarity, or simply the grind of daily life? By identifying the root of your motivational dip, you can confront it head on. That's right. Learn how to recognize these triggers and develop techniques to stay proactive, like journaling your emotions, seeking feedback, or seeking micro goals to reignite your passion. All right. Reflections as a foundation for growth are also really key, everyone. Growth, begins with honest reflection, looking back on your achievements in life and maybe a few missteps. It helps you to see patterns and extract valuable lessons. But reflection isn't just about the past, it's a tool, ladies and gentlemen, to shape your future. Take time to review what energized you and what it is that might have drained you in 2024. Identify areas where you thrived and those where you felt stuck. Well, we're going to discuss what we can do about that, like gratitude journaling, which is an amazing thing. Also, SWOT, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. When we approach through things with that mindset, we're able to do it strategically and we're able to do it with an unbiased method. We're able to just look at the facts, right? And analyze at the end of the year and audit what we notice from our SWOT analysis and reflect on it into actionable insights that will fuel your progress, ladies and gentlemen. This is really key. So, setting promises now that we're less than 3 days away, not resolutions. Resolutions often feel daunting and short lived, but promises are personal commitments rooted in purpose, meaning. By shifting your mindset, you can set your promises or your goals that are meaningful and motivating to you. A promise to yourself might be to prioritize health, nurture relationships, or chase a passion project, not because you should, but because you're deeply invested in that. So, learning how to define these promises and anchoring them into your values can seem hard. Creating a framework for accountability is also something a lot of people don't want to do. But that's the key, ladies and gentlemen. You have to see what you're doing, and then you have to take your temperature, like I said the other day. You have to keep taking your temperature so you can see where you're going. This is really important. I get a lot of people that pop into the show for 30 seconds and they think they're going to get a lot out of the show for 30 seconds. You're not. You got to sit through the whole show, guys. There's no magic in the first 30 seconds or 2 minutes in the show. I hope you'll come back and watch the show if any of you have popped in, because you're really shortchanging yourself. Number 4, building momentum through small wins. We've talked about this before. Your big promises or goals often feel overwhelming, but breaking them into smaller, attainable milestones makes them manageable and rewarding. Small wins boost your confidence and build momentum, creating a domino effect that propels you forward. And exploring those strategies like the 2-minute rule for starting tasks, right? Staying no more than 2 minutes when you start something. Leveraging tools, because the tools will help you progress forward. Remembering small steps consistently take the power to lead you to monumental results. There was something called the 30-second manager, and this is pretty amazing. So everything with this person, it was either 30 or was it might have been it was 1 minute. The 1 minute manager. Everything was 1 minute. So if it was a compliment, it was 1 minute. If it was let's say constructive feedback, it was done in 1 minute. If it was a scheduling, it was done in 1 minute. Everything was done in 1 minute. And these 1 minutes were really extremely powerful. I mean, they're really powerful. So imagine if you can just control your 1 minutes, right? You get a lot of win minutes in a day, don't you? And if you know that you can make every minute count, boy, that's really powerful. So number 4 is building momentum through small wins. So as I said, these big promises may feel overwhelming, but we break them into smaller, attainable milestones and make them manageable. These small wins will raise our dopamine, which will in turn help us to build momentum and boost our confidence, creating this domino effect that propels us forward. You know, leveraging tools, like I said, is important. But remember, small steps consistently taken lead to monumental results. That is so key. And I had to repeat that. Number 5, ladies and gentlemen, mastery through consistent action. Mastery isn't about perfection. It's about showing up daily with intention and commitment. Practice doesn't make something perfect. Practice just makes it better. Consistency builds habits, and habits shape who we are. Whether you're aiming to master a skill, improve your health, or achieve a career milestone, it all starts with consistent action. And diving into this might seem scary. So, the important thing to know is that you don't have to do it all at once. But if you do something consistently and you habit stack, which is really a great thing, you're going to keep doing that. Like, for example, I was starting to do that several months ago when I've been teaching myself some advanced visual effects. As you guys know, I love to do video production and directing. And I wanted to up my game with video effects. And so every day I take some time, whether it's 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and I just go over some techniques about what I can do to improve my visual effects with graphics in my videos. So this is really important, ladies and gentlemen, and it starts with consistent action. This is important. So knowing that mastery comes through consistent action. Mastery doesn't come because you've done something once or because you think you've done something perfectly. That's not mastery, ladies and gentlemen. That's actually not going to get you anywhere, all right? Number 6, Turn your reflection into a roadmap. What's that about, John? Well, reflection is powerful, but its real value lies in translating insights into a strategic plan. A roadmap for 2025 should be clear, actionable, and flexible. Start by defining your vision. What does success look like to you? Then break it into milestones and set timelines. Use tools like vision boards, Gantt charts, or digital planners to make your roadmap tangible. One of my favorites is to just use your word processor like Word and type something out, make the letters big and put different colors around them, maybe even add some pictures, icons that will jog your memory when you see them and create this feeling inside you. So start by defining your vision. What does success look like to you? Then break it into milestones and set timelines. Usually, tools like vision boards, as I said, are key, the Gantt charts or the digital planners to make that roadmap. So, understanding that it's consistency and revisiting and adjusting your plan to stay aligned with your goals and your evolving priorities. Now, I know that might sound like something that's like, out of a fairy tale book, but it's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. It's not magic. The reason a lot of people do not achieve the promises they set out for, it's really simple. They just don't have a plan. I've said this before. If you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. Number 7, harnessing support and collaboration. The journey to achieve your promises or goals isn't a solo endeavor. So surround yourself with supportive members in your community that can amplify your efforts and keep you accountable. Seeking out mentors, you can join like-minded groups or create partnerships that align with your vision, and explore how collaboration not only builds accountability but also fosters creativity and resilience, ensuring you stay motivated and inspired along the way. Something that I think frustrates a lot of people because they're not where they want to be. And here's the word I want to tell you: you're not where you want to be yet. Okay? You're not where you want to be yet. That's right, yet. You're not where you want to be yet, but you're going to get there. Number 8, overcoming obstacles with resilience. I've been talking a lot about resilience. Resilience is powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Resilience is that characteristic that allows us to just pop right back on our feet. It's not a question of if you're going to fall. That's not a question. That's going to happen sometimes. It's not a question of if you're going to make a mistake. You're going to make mistakes. If you want to learn, you've got to make mistakes. Overcome the obstacles with resilience. Challenges are inevitable. Mistakes are inevitable. But your ability to persevere through them is what defines your success and shapes your character. Resilience is about adapting to adversity, learning from setbacks, and bouncing back stronger than you were before. Developing techniques like reframing negative thoughts, embracing a growth mindset, and practicing self-compassion to overcome obstacles. I want to take a 5-minute out here, just a quick break, and that is, what do I mean by reframe? Well, a lot of times, you're feeling bad about something because you've associated with it. Maybe it's a person that's not treating you well. You don't have to have like a nervous breakdown or be sad about it, or put yourself into a state that is just going to frustrate you more. You just have to realize that if you don't associate with what they're saying, okay, then it's not going to have a connection or an impact on you and your emotions. So whatever we associate with, whatever we align with, well, it controls us. So if we don't, let's say, associate with something, if something's bothering you, disassociate with it. Disassociating with it means that, you're letting it be small. Now, I'm going to give you a couple ways you can do this. So let's say somebody is really bothering you and there's something they're doing and it's really annoying you. So what you could do is you could take you could take your hands basically, and you could just draw a great big frame. And then in that frame, you can just picture that person or the situation that's really causing you a negative challenge, right? And what you can do is imagine on the right hand side of the frame, there's like the old fashioned TV controls. And you literally can turn the one that's the contrast, you turn it all the way down. It'll just take the picture and pretty much make the screen like black out, right? And so when that happens, the image is gone. And you should notice that the image is also not affecting you anymore. Another thing you can do if it is still affecting you, you can take that image and you can take that let's say that frame, and you can make it nice and small, like into a nice little cube, really, really small. And I bet you it's not having any impact. And now you could put that cube on the floor and you could take your right foot and you could just kick it as far as you can and watch it go outside the universe and then blow up into a million pieces. So, reframing is a way of taking an association that we already know in our life and then reconnecting it with something positive. Reframing will allow you to disconnect the negative emotional content. If you like something in your life and it's in that frame and you want to make that frame bigger or make it brighter, well, guess what? It's going to affect you bigger, right? I think a lot of people get frustrated because they just get auto associated, right? It's almost like having my Bluetooth headphones and my phone or my laptop, and it automatically pairs. Right now, that sounds like a great idea, but maybe there are things that you don't want to auto pair to your phone, right? Maybe you don't want that, so maybe you connected to them before, but you don't want to connect to them right now. And so, what you can actually do is you can turn off your Bluetooth, right? And you can just turn it on and pick what you want to connect to and then turn it off once you're done. I think this auto association is happening to us so much, and we don't realize what it's doing to our lives. It's creating so much monumental stress. So don't stress, ladies and gentlemen. Allow this stuff to empower you. Allow it to empower you. Now, that might sound like something crazy, but I got to tell you something. It's not crazy. It's something that is literally the truth. Something that is the truth. Something that you have so much ability. All right. But you might be saying to me, John, like, I don't feel like I have control. Well, that's because the auto association has taken over. And so you need to be in the moment. You need to be conscious of what it is you're doing and what's being associated to you. And if you don't like it, what you should do to change it, right? I think these are really important things, but sometimes we get so into something that we don't understand why something is happening a certain way, right? We don't understand it. And the reason we don't understand it is because whatever's going on is just sort of happening, almost like I'd say as osmosis, like literally just happening, like, like that. Like you're not even noticing it, like auto pairing your Bluetooth to your iPhone or your computer, etc. Right? So you might think that's a great idea that my headset automatically pairs or my mic automatically pairs if it's a Bluetooth. But maybe I don't want it to pair to something, right? Maybe I don't want my device to automatically connect to a speaker that's outside here in the playground or in the building, right? So this is why it's important to be selective in what you choose to connect to. And you can disassociate a Bluetooth connection very simply by disconnecting it. You can even forget the connection. But the way you can do this in your life is really powerful. You can do this in your life by just taking the situation, and I told you one way, you can turn the contrast all the way down in that picture frame and letting that energy just go right down. Now, if that's giving you a hard time, you could take that negative situation that you have in the frame, and maybe you remember like an air tire, like one of those air inner tubes. Well, you could imagine that there's a little, let's say a little plug on the side, and you can just unplug that, and just watch the whole frame just kind of like shrivel right down into something the size of maybe a penny. And so these actions that we cause affect our emotions. And when we understand that something has affected us, okay, and we can change that, that can greatly empower our lives. Now, you might say, John, this is very complicated. Well, it's not complicated. It's understanding what works and what doesn't. And let's face it, there are things that really cause challenges, like getting stuff that are going to be things that are going to make you feel bad, right? I think that's a really a big one. All right, I think that's probably the most important one I can tell you is that it takes your uh, dedication. Okay, it takes your dedication to make these changes in your life. Okay, it really does. It does not happen overnight. Okay, so maybe you could become more conscious of what's impacting you, your emotions, your feelings. Okay, and I know that sounds hard, but it's not as hard as it sounds. Okay, and just these couple tips I've shared with you can help you overcome obstacles with resilience very easily and have fun with them. So, sustaining momentum for 2025 sounds hard. Starting strong is important, but sustaining that energy over time is what ensures success. Like if you're running, you have to make sure that you are running in a way that you're not going to tire yourself out because if you don't, well, you're going to wind up tiring yourself out like really really soon. Okay, um, and that might be something that's confusing, but hopefully that makes sense for you. All right, learning to maintain your drive by regularly revisiting your vision, celebrating progress, and staying connected to your purpose. Incorporating routines that energize you, like a morning ritual, a periodic promise review, moments of mindfulness to stay focused and inspired throughout the year. All right. I think that's really an important thing. All right. I think it's very, very important to do that. And you've got to get on board with this. I mean, that's the bottom line. You've got to get on board with this. And so be mindful and realize that you can affect the things that are connecting with you. You really can. Our last point for tonight is to do a call to action for bold progress. Now is the time to take that action, reflect on what you've learned, commit to setting promises instead of resolutions, and start building momentum today. All right. That is really key. The path to a bold and fulfilling 2025 is within your reach. So take the first step now. Write out your promises in full detail. Share them with a friend or mentor if you like. And then begin creating that life, ladies and gentlemen, that life that is going to empower you and is going to make you so happy to get up every morning, right? I think sometimes when we're in life, we get stuck in this hamster wheel or we feel like we're stuck on a merry-go-round. And the key is to realize that we can get off that merry-go-round anytime we want, but we have to want to. Sometimes getting off that merry-go-round might be a little bit uncomfortable, but you remember when I said you have to practice getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Now that sounds hard. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that getting comfortable being uncomfortable is easy. It's not easy. But the more you do it, the more you're going to find that it becomes easier. Checking in with yourself to make sure things are the way you want them to be is key, ladies and gentlemen. It's really key. So, as we're getting very close into 2025, have you prepared for 2025 right now? Or are you still on the sidelines and wondering what you should be doing? Because 2025 is going to be here, whether you're ready for it or you're not ready for it. Now, you might say, John, I could do this anytime. Yes, you can. but the best time to start is before the year has even started. I mean, it just will set the stage for an easier path for you because now you're starting with a fresh, clean slate. I know that setting promises is something you may not want to do, but if you keep just staying comfortable and don't push yourself a little bit, you're never going to grow. And our life is all about growing, it's all about knowledge, it's all about becoming a better version of ourselves. And we can't do this if we live in fear, false evidence appearing real. If we live in fear all the time, we're always going to have regrets. We're always going to wonder, well, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if? What if? What if? My question is, what if you didn't live a life of fear? What if you learned that you are more powerful than you ever imagined? And what if you could start living these amazing dreams like now? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you guys real soon, okay?